Hey YouTubers, somebody asked me a question, and it asked me, what was it like when me and my wife started living with each other? Like, how was it? Because I guess this person is thinking about moving in with their girlfriend, and they never lived together. Only thing they did was spend the night, spend the night with each other. And this is gonna be the first person she ever lived with. Well, my opinion on it is you never know unless you try it, right? When me and my wife moved in with each other, it was kind of all of a sudden, actually, because it started off, we was spending the night with each other, every weekend. And then from the weekend it began, I started staying the night during the week. Then it got to the place where I went home one night and she told me to come back. And ever since then, we've been living together. Now, we was only dating each other probably like 2 months before we actually started living together. So we've been together 5 years. We've been living with each other for at least 4.5, a little over 4.5 years together. And I didn't know how she was when we moved in with each other. Spending the night with somebody is totally different than living with them. And the experience, you see, I'm still with her, and the experience that I felt, like, I lived with other people before then, like I had roommates and stuff or whatever, but it's totally different when you start living with your mate. And my experience, I guess it was kind of good because we was on like the same page. We liked the same things. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get one that's messier than the other. Hopefully it's one that's messier than the other. And me personally, I like cleaning. I like to keep my house clean or whatever. So at first I didn't mind cleaning up, and I didn't mind, I just didn't mind none of that. And I still don't, in a way, I don't. Attitudes, our attitudes is totally different. So like, we didn't clash, living with each other. We wasn't in each other's way or anything like that. Like, it just all worked out. Like, I was kind of surprised too, because when you move in with somebody and you really don't know this person, little stuff start bothering you that they doing, and it start getting on your nerves and things like that or whatever. But me and her, we worked it out. Like, we didn't have no problems living with each other at all. Like, everything just mashed together. So like, my answer to that person that asked me that question is, you just gotta try it. You don't know if y'all gonna, like it or whatever. Like, how would you know that you like living with somebody or y'all gonna get along unless you live with them? That's just like with heterosexuals. They don't know how the next person is before they start living with each other. And you just gotta try it. I mean, I really don't have no answer for it because everybody's different from each other. So you either gonna connect or you're not gonna connect. Like, you just gotta see how it is. Like, if you used to your independence and used to doing things on your own and not worried about coming home to somebody and they want to know where you at all times or whatever, you just gotta, I don't know, like I said, like, it worked out for me and her. Like, it really worked out for me and her. Like, we on the same pages. Like, I have not regretted moving in with her. As long as I've known her, I've been living with her. So it's cool with me. You just gotta, you gotta work it out. It's gonna work or it's not gonna work. And you can't defeat yourself before you try it. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta try it first. Like, you really gotta try it first. Me, I love it. I wouldn't change it. Like, she's the first one I live with as far as like being a mate. Nah, technically she's the second person that I live with, but the first one didn't really work out. You see where I'm at now. But like I said, you gotta try it. Either it's gonna help the relationship or it's gonna defeat the relationship. It's up to you and the other person. And if you're willing to make it work, then it's gonna work. And if you're not, then it's not. Bottom line, you gotta try it for yourself. I can't, compare my situation to yours. My situation is probably totally different. So, to that question, try it. Don't defeat yourself before you do. Alright, ladies.